Here's a little tip.
From our garden to yours.
Out of control is the best way to describe a lot of the vines that enter our landscape. And here at Mead Gardens, they're fighting a number of them. Alice Mickelson's joined me. She's a master gardener, Orange County master gardener, and friend of Mead Garden. And we've got tons of vines here.
Yes, we do.
Now, you've been trying to get these under control for a good while, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the problem we had with the azaleas and the camellias, they're growing up through the roots.
Yeah.
So you couldn't spray. But the city now has a spray program for areas like this.
To get some of them under control. Yeah. Now,
And
one of them here, and what's this one here?
That's the dreaded potato vine.
Look at that there, yeah. A lot of people call this kudzu, but it's not really.
No.
It is actually a type of yam, and you've been out harvesting these little devils, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, where do these come from now?
You mean?
Yeah, I mean on the vine, yeah.
They form.
Right along the edge there?
Yeah. And then we have an example in here of how the yams fall off, and then they root, and they create another vine.
A little bit there. So what's happening is this big one here that falls to the ground will go ahead and root and start another one. And animals move these around?
Yes,
yeah.
I would think so.
And sometimes we do too. We kind of toss them here and there, right?
Right.
But you're out there picking these up. You have a group that comes in, volunteers periodically?
We did. We had a wonderful spud hunt for Easter.
Ooh.
Instead of having an egg hunt, we had pick up potatoes.
How about that? Then you could paint them and color them up too.
Yeah.
Dye them.
Well, we didn't even have to do that.
There's one here that stinks. I'm just going to have to tell you all. This one here, so hold your noses, okay? And that one is one that you don't like also.
That's the skunk vine.
Wow. Where'd it come from? Did it come out of your yard?
No, it came from your yard.
But somehow or another it has blown in, and I'll tell you, throughout Central Florida, especially Orange, Seminole counties, it's getting bad. If you break it, just like that, it smells just like a skunk. Let me tell you, it's terrible.
Your hands are...
So what do you do for this one and some of the other vines? You've been pulling these or what?
I do try to get the roots out if they are close to a plant. And then you want to...
Yeah, a number of products like this, brush killers are available at garden centers. And then you'll go through and just spray that on.
I'll pull out a vine, pull it out from where it is, and I'll spray. I may break it off and spray a fresh cut, and it may take a couple of times. Okay,
now right in back of you, you're starting to walk into one. Come towards me just a little bit here. We'll just kind of hold that one out together. Now this is another one. There's all different kind of vines, right? And this happens to be native, but what you're saying is if it comes into the garden center and it's not wanted, it's kind of either a nuisance or invasive, one or the other. This is our native grape actually. And it's one that we'll find growing through. Plus there's another name. Look at all the vines we have here. What's this one?
That is Virginia creeper.
Yeah, some people think this is poison ivy. How about that?
I know, a poison oak.
Yeah, the story behind poison ivy is leaflets 3, let it be. Count the leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that means that it's Virginia creeper. Now, same thing with all these, right? They're a problem. They climb up the trees. What do they do to the trees?
They can strangle the trees, really. You can see up there how they've covered them, and it'll keep light from getting to the tree, and it'll weaken the tree in time. Now,
Alice, do you feel that you're getting ahead on this?
I do in the garden part, in the azaleas and the camellias, but the city's working hard to get it in control. Here.
Senator Winter Park's working hard. Here's another one that we have, Balsam Pear, Balsam Apple. People find this, it's a little annual vine, has an orangish flower on it, and then you get something that looks like this. Actually, some forms of this are edible. I mean,
I heard that.
If you could convince people that, you wouldn't have them anymore.
I know.
People being here eating them all the time. And one last one here, paper mulberry, where do you find that?
Find it all through this park. If you have one, you're going to have lots of them.
Wow.
Because the birds, they eat the fruit and pass them.
Yeah, it's got a papery leaf to it, and so that's what it feels like. And you had one more. I think we can get this one in too. We got enough time. This is cat's claw vine. And I like this one because I can actually take the little claws on it if I can follow. Yeah, there's some right there. Look at those right there. And you can take your finger and they'll act, oh there, look at that, grab it onto it. That's how it's called, cat's claw vine. Yellow flower, it's kind of pretty, but it's still kind of invasive. Well, Alice, I'll let you get back to work.
All right.
You got a lot to do.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Tommy.
bringing us out. And if you see some of these vines in your landscape, I tell you what, they could easily take over if you don't get them under control like they do here at Beef Garden.